What's up, all you cool snakes and neonates? What's up, all you cool snakes?
My bet! What's up, all you cool snakes neonates? How's it going? I hope you're all keeping well. You can go back in there. So today we've got my friend Will with us today. That's right, we can put a face to the name. Will's come up, he's actually brought one of our old animals back. We're going to take a look at that in just a bit. But first things first, we're going to rehouse a big nasty spider that Will has donated to us. If you remember the RBT, the red baboon tarantula, we're going to stick that in a box, and I think it's only fair. Will gave it to us, so he's going to be the one that's going to rehouse it. So we're going to catch cop it first, as we always do when we're doing a full rehouse. We like to reuse the old bedding because it saves us having to reset. Will's going to catch the tarantula, so this is going to be fun because this is a big scary tarantula, and if it goes wrong, this is a very little catch cup. So we're going to pop the lid off, we're going to take the hides out, we're going to stick the catch cup over the top, and then slide that underneath it. You got it? And then that way, tarantula can be locked up, popped to the side, and then everything can be transferred over, all in good time. Right, Will, action. Look at those beautiful hands at work there. This man knows what he's doing. Alright, so, if you want to use these tongs, they're here for you. He's going in bare-fingered. This man's brave. Woo, let's get a quick close-up of this beautiful tarantula while we're at it. This one is hunkered down, it's curled up, so that is perfect to get a catch cup straight over the top of it. Maybe not. Ooh, it's running. And scoop it. So move the top over to the bottom, so you're moving the tarantula. There you go. Look at that. Watch its feet before you click it. You might have to pull that out, yeah.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Close enough. Some of you guys might remember this enclosure from if you're an OG to the channel. I think the stick insects were in this for a while. We're going to reuse the old stuff. What did you guys think of Will? Is he making a good apprentice? Should we hire Will?
Glamorous assistant.
Glamorous assistant. Let me know in the comments below. So you guys might have heard me mention or talk about Will a few times on the channel. He's a good lad. I think every animal we have received in the channel for about the past 2 years has come from Will. So once we're done with this tarantula, we're going to have a look over some of these animals and have a wee catch up and a wee update on them. While we're doing this, we can learn about the myth, the legend that is Will himself. So Will, what is your forte? What animals do you like, or what do you keep in your house?
So my main passion is boa constrictors, or any boa species really. They just fascinate me, the diversity in the subspecies that come from them and the localities you can get. Gone from like Amazon tree boas to the boa constrictor imperatas, the diversity in them, the tree snakes. It seems you get like everything you kind of look for in the boa constrictor species, and for me that's just where my passion lies. That and New Caledonian geckos. I
always find that boas are like the staffies of the snake world.
Misunderstood.
Big lovely lumps that are just misunderstood. Definitely 100%. But Will is like me. He's an animal lover. If you remember the video where Shelby had her miscarriage and I put up a wee clip of some of the animals at Will's house, you'll have seen birds, lizards, geckos of course, different snakes and stuff. Will is like myself, he's an animal lover, and I think that's why we get on so long. That's why he's my friend Will. The reason I keep saying that on the channel is because it makes Will very embarrassed. So if you've ever noticed me saying my friend Will, there's a reason behind it. Now, if you would like to see some of Will's animals, jump in the comments section below and speak very nicely to Will. And he'll maybe invite us down one day and we'll do a full-on episode, or maybe a couple of episodes, because he's got that many animals. We've got about 30 odd animals here. Will has more than double that. So if you want to see some of Will's animals, jump in the comments below and say, we would like to see some of my friend Will's animals. Hashtag my friend Will. Let's get that rolling. Let's give Will a big cheeser. So what we're doing here is, I'm actually using more of this bedding than I thought I would. I was planning on filling it up with topsoil, but we didn't have any topsoil, so maybe just do that just now, and then we'll give it some topsoil near the end, or when I get some.
So is there a reason you're putting soil on the bottom? Is that the species that is the more terrestrial, or would you see them climbing, or would they stick more to the ground and burrow?
These are fossorial, so they'd like to burrow, which is why, because if you guys remember when we got the RBT, we mentioned that it was underweight, and when Will took it on, it was underweight as well. It's very lethargic, it's a very scared little tarantula, and this tarantula is big, it should be confident, it should not be scared of us, it shouldn't, you've seen it when we first opened the box, it's sitting like that. This tarantula should not be, this tarantula should be very confident in itself. These tarantulas like to burrow, which is fossorial. The fact that tarantula, as you've seen, only had like that much bedding in the bottom, couldn't burrow, it couldn't feel safe. It's the same as a person or any other animal. If it doesn't have a safe place, it's going to be a nervous wreck. It's going to feel anxious. It's not going to be happy. So what we're trying to do here, and the reason I want to put topsoil in this is because topsoil adds as a bonding agent. So this is just cocoa bedding right now. It's great for holding in moisture, not great for burrowing and tunneling, but if you add some topsoil to that, it acts as a binding agent and it will enable it to burrow. So we're going to give it just a little sort of helping burrow. We're going to give it a little starter burrow just now, a little bit of cork bark, and of course it's water bowl and some foliage. But this tarantula will burrow. The only bad thing about burrowing species, people call them pet holes, because that's what it is. You rarely see the tarantula, they're just a hole that you feed now and then basically. This tarantula has never been able to live in a hole, so it's very lethargic, which is possibly why it's underweight, because it's felt so scared, as you know yourself. With snakes, lizards, anything, if they're not happy with their enclosures, they're not happy with anything, that's when they get scared. Sometimes when I do my zoo to you, when I take the animals out to places to meet people, and they ask me, you know, how do the animals deal with all this? And my answer is always the same, especially with exotics, reptiles and things like that. If they're not happy, they won't feed. That's the first giveaway that they're not happy. So that's maybe a hint that this tarantula's not happy.
I was actually just reading a recent study as well that indicated that enrichment is a real big thing when it comes to husbandry. I find in a lot of snakes, especially the bigger snakes, they do require like exercise, e.g. climbing, because the fact that they are heavy body doesn't mean that in the wild they wouldn't still try and climb, especially in the wet season when they're trying to get up out of like flooded areas. They would be up in trees, and I feel like again that's enrichment for them, and multiple enrichments with different textures, so a mixture of substrate or cocoa bark or fake foliage or even live foliage if you went down that route, is always good for them, and you actually see it, you see the benefits coming from them. They're not just eating, they're not just surviving, they're thriving instead of just surviving. That was him.
What do you think? That looks pretty alright, doesn't it?
That does.
Looks alright. Stick that in there because I like some greenery. We'll talk about that in a minute. Do you want to give it fresh water, Will? There we go. Look, see, told you. Good apprentice, Will. I'm going to not give it the coconut. I don't like giving them coconuts because of the holes in them. I've seen animals get stuck in them, get legs stuck in them, or even snakes, and end up passing or losing legs. So I never like using coconuts, so that's just going to go in the bin. Straight in the bin bag.
Flutter, that would be nice.
Oh, that is a good shout, my friend Will.
Will's top tip of the day.
Will's top tip of the day. Right, so we're going to stick some leaf litter in here. I went out to the garden and picked up some leaf litter. So we're going to just put just a wee...
Even crumple some up, so you can make them a bit smaller.
Yeah. Marley seems to think that this is something for him to eat. Right.
I'm definitely not putting in there, Dad.
Yeah, he's like, nah, that's not a fat boy size enclosure. So, I'm going to come around the back of the camera again, and you can put him back in. This is what we've got so far. Will's got the tea. Real leaf litter in there. Right, Will's going to pop it back in. So, put it down. Oh, you're brave. Sorry. Straight into the leaf litter, look at that. Careful. There you go, little one. He's going to hide in the leaf litter. Well, he will come out of that and figure life out. He's in there, and that should hopefully be a bit better for him. We are going to put some topsoil in there, probably some moss and things like that, get it a bit nicer, raise it up a bit more and get it a bit deeper. But That is already a lot deeper than what he had before, so hopefully he or she, we don't know, do we, Will?
I'm unsure on the sex. I did notice when I rehomed my OBT, my orange baboon tarantula or orange bitey thing as that goes in the Hobbit. Once I added the deeper substrate, I noticed them making a burrow and then they actually had a channel and web. So in his enclosure, the web channels from the side right down and right underneath the tank, so they definitely benefit for the deeper substrate.
Yeah.
And you notice a massive difference in the way they act, also their growth. I noticed that they're eating a lot better, they seem more confident in their enclosure.
Yes,
So
that's what we're hoping is going to be the outcome of this one. So guys, this one actually makes me a little bit sad. Right behind me here is a 4-foot Viv Exotic Viv. Nothing special to anyone else. However, believe it or not, this was the first Viv I ever bought. It breaks my heart to be throwing this Viv out. Now, of course, I've salvaged the bits I can use off of it. Now, bear in mind, my oldest snake in the collection is Marley. I've had him since he was a baby. He's 16 years old. My first snake came maybe 2 or 3 years before that. So this is a very old Viv. This Viv is almost 20 years old. It's seen its days. We've had our money's worth out of it. It's chipboard, so it's all fallen apart. We've just been sort of patching it up and it's been dragging its hind legs as Vivs go. It's time now to throw it out because we have had some new Vivs come into the reptile rich household. Now they were blank. I've decorated them since. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think of these Vivs? What do you think, Will?
I think you've got them looking really nice.
I think they look pretty good. Pretty damn good.
You've given them different levels of thermal regulation as well, so if it gets too warm but they still want to stay warm, they can sit a bit further away but they've got the block for the log.
Yes.
The fake foliage breaks up the Viv a bit, so it's not such an open space. They've got different areas to go. Same with the shelves. I think the shelves really work, especially when it comes to like a basking spot, so they give them a bigger area a wee bit higher up. But then they've also got a warm hide underneath, especially for the heavier bodied snakes. When you struggle to get a hide for them, that works really well as a hide as well.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was aiming for. And then we got some foliage in our Gimli's enclosure over here too. A bit more greenage in there. Woo! Yeah, so we're going to get Will's animals out to get an update with. Hello, Mr. Gims. How are you today? That's not Fid, that's Dad. So you guys remember when we got Gimli here? And Will remember when we got Gimli too. He was a bit smaller. He's probably put on at least 2 foot since we got him.
Doubled in size.
He has, isn't he? He's doubled in size.
From my experience, he was quite small, so that's why I thought more towards the super dwarf.
Yes. He's definitely dwarf. I would definitely say a 3-year-old and being this size. He is deep in blue just now, guys, so that's why I'm a bit cautious of him because he's going to be a bit scaredy just now. He is deep in blue, aren't you, my beautiful Manny? But he's doing super well. He is a good weight. He's a good size. Aren't you, my handsome boy? Yes, you are. You're a good size. And he's doing wonderful. What do you think, Will? Is he looking good?
He's looking really well. He's looking really good.
You like to see him? So yeah, he's probably easily 5 foot now, I would say. Could even be pushing the 6 foot, to be honest.
But the lavenders are really still showing, and his colour, even with him being in shed, that hue for the purple really comes through.
Yeah, you can hear him, can't you? The whistle. Yeah. So they sometimes whistle when they're in shed. Sounds. We were talking about this earlier. You get a bit of a fright as a snake keeper, thinking, "Oh my God, it's a respiratory infection." But no, it's just they're sometimes when they're in shed. I think the extra layer of skin kind of closes up their nose a little bit, and it gives them a bit of a tightness, and they can whistle through it as they blow the air through it tightly. Yeah, so that is Gimli, our reticulated python who came from Will. He is a wonderful beastie. Aren't you, son? Eh? You're a wonderful man, ain't you? Eh? Are you a good boy? You're a good boy? You are. You're a good little man. Eh? Yes, you are. I hear you wheezing. Right, let's put him back because he's in shed and he doesn't want to be messed with. We've given him a hide. So that's something. Me and Will went to pick up some enclosures and we got a few spare hides. So we've thrown them in with a couple of the animals. And I'm trying to give the animals some more hiding places just to help them feel a bit more safe. Not that they ever don't feel safe, but I want to try and give them as many different hiding spots in different temperature gradient, and that's why we built him an arboreal viv. Because he likes it to climb. Right, who else have we got? Aurora. We can have a look at Aurora. She's not been with us terribly long, so Will won't be seeing a big difference in this girl. Hello, sweetie. Here is Aurora, our female IMG boa. And if you don't know, IMG stands for increased melanin gene. And as she sheds and gets older, she'll get pure black. There you go, Will. This is one of Will's babies. He produced these guys. So he has the male and the, well, we don't have the male anymore. But the dad was a Motley and the mum's IMG. Sonoran, isn't she?
The sire, so actually the dad to the lottery boas was an Anery Motley, so an Anery type 1 and a Motley. And then the mum was a IMG Pos Sonoran, and this produced these. So the IMG gene is increased melanin gene, as Rich just said. It mucks up with the pattern as well, so it can throw, so it can alter the pattern of the animal as well. So that's another thing to look out for if it is. If you do like the IMG gene, then you are looking at maybe getting one. Is look at the different patterns you can get, because I've some of the babies from my litter this year I've kept back. A lot of them they vary in pattern and the colour. You can get some that's like this, where it will just, you see the black starting to leak into the actual pigment of the rest of the snake, and then there's others that just come out and they're really black to start off with. Personally, I like seeing these ones, so you see more of a change. You see the baby, you see how it grows, and you see it growing into its adult colours, and then it could still hold some of the pattern as well.
Are you planning on producing more IMGs in the future?
I've got some projects, different projects with other morphs, boa constrictors, but I'm looking to introduce IMG into them and at a later date.
So let us know in the comments below if you're looking for an IMG. I can put you in touch with Will, and you can get possibly a sibling to Aurora here. It should be pretty cool, but you'll have to act fast, because IMG boas often go pretty quickly. Well, any morphs usually do. As you guys know on the channel, I'm not a massive morph fan. I like them in the natural way, but some morphs like the IMG, Will's also got moonglow boas, which are the complete opposite. They are very light coloured, albino. But I swear in length she's grown a little bit. She has, hasn't she? Yeah. She's grown a little bit.
Since even I was last up, mate, the black.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, it's leaking into her.
Yeah. It seems to be spreading up from the back end of her. And you're a super good girl. You're a super good girl. You see that? She's wonderful. You're a good wee lass. So we'll pop her back. So this little girl is in shed, and she has just been on a over hour and a half's car journey. So some of you OG fans might recognise this beautiful girl here. This is Ruby. Ruby's come back to stay.
I'm telling you, it's joint custody agreement.
It's joint custody. Ruby's got two dads, of course. And Will has just taken on, and this is the reason we've taken Ruby back, is because Will has taken on two mature red-tailed boas, both Surinams, a male and a female. And just to help Will and free up some space for Will, we've taken Ruby back because we just got this beautiful big Viv. So it's going to do Ruby just fine. So we've got the space just now. We are maxed out for space though. So yeah, because we could take Ruby back, we're doing that just to give Will some more space with his two. And if Will produces with his pair of red-tail boas, and we end up producing with our pair of red-tail boas, we can produce non-related young, and we can swap some babies and create our very own line of red-tail boas. Let me know in the comments below, would you guys like a red-tail boa from Reptile Rich or from Will? That would be pretty awesome. All super friendly. Like the two that Will has taken on, we're probably going to go down soon, I hope, and get a video down at Will's house maybe, and you'll see, and they're all super duper friendly, which usually makes for friendly young. So we're going to produce an awesome varied Suriname red tail line, because all of the boas are Surinams. So my male and female are Surinams, and so are Will's. These guys are awesome, and we are thrilled to have Ruby back. A bit sad to be taking Ruby from Will, but like we said, we've got joint custody. Ruby belongs to both me and Will. Mordecai is still my boy, but we have joint custody of Ruby.
That's right, to get him, you said no.
A lot of people have tried to take Mordecai from me. But there we go, so we've got Ruby in the house again. Never filming the best bit. So guys, What was I going to say? If you've enjoyed this video with my friend Will in here and you want to see us go down to Will's house and check out some of his, trust me, beautiful and amazing animals in their gorgeous enclosures, because Will can build an enclosure way better than I can. And yes, I'm building you up for that, mate. But yeah, if you want to see us head down to Will's, jump in the comments. And you need to jump in the comments because Will's a bit shy, so he needs that encouragement. He needs all you guys to jump in there and be like, well, you're awesome and we want to see your animals. So get in those comments, guys, and say that for me, please.
Remember, you can subscribe to his ugly mug right there. There'll be a playlist of videos there and a random video there.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.